Is it your position that she never permitted you to finish this job?
As she started to pull me off the job, she said, okay, well, I don't want you to finish this. I'm going to have someone else finish it.
Would that be correct?
Your Honor, if you look at page 4, you can see that he already had a lot of my turf laid down, glued, and he was already starting to nail it in. There was not enough DG, which is the rock that goes under the turf, laid down. I wanted to try to salvage the turf that I had already paid for, so I had to pull it. It wasn't being done correctly.
And what about the labor for the new turf?
I paid $4,200 total, and that was for them to tear it all out, do the repairs.
And what were you charging her for that? $1,800?
It was like a homie hookup. It was $1,800.
Judge Corriero?
You say that you quoted her $600 to repaint a few rooms in her home. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were also supposed to do some texturing work. Was that included in the $600 quote?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you gave us a photograph here of a wall with texture. What's wrong with that wall?
It didn't match the other walls in the room. Page 11 and 12 are close-ups of the wall.
And what's wrong with this?
It's way too thick. It looks kind of like an acoustic ceiling, like the popcorn ceilings you used to have.
Is that differ from what?
No, it's not, Your Honor. It's called orange peel. That was what was on her wall.
So you say that this is the way it's supposed to be?
This is how it's supposed to look. It's.
Yeah. And how can you prove that these lumps are not the kind of lumps that you wanted? Do you have a photograph of your other lumps?
I don't.
So that I could compare?
It's 10 times thicker than any other wall in my house.
Now, the plaintiff is claiming that she gave you her credit card and you made unauthorized purchases.
Your Honor, I gave her every single receipt when I used that credit card, and I.
Yes, I'm going to stop you for a moment because it's not your burden here. I'm asking you, what items do you allege that the defendant used your credit card for that amounted to $3,000?
Unauthorized charges were $2,768.
Yeah, what were the items? Give me some of the most blatant items that you would consider, aside from the potato chips and the Coca-Cola bottle.
Of course. He purchased a $500 welder.
$500 welder?
Correct.
Did you buy a welder?
Your Honor, part of the job was for doing the water main and a couple other things that she needed help with. And I said, hey, you know what? Could you help me out? Like, you know, and she said, yeah, like, it's fine.
Oh, wait a minute, you're losing.
I asked her to help me out because I weld. That's one of my gifts. That's what I did at the shipyard.
Why would you need a welder?
For my home garage. This was on a whole different side note.
Did you buy a welder?
The welder she bought for me as part of payment for the job.
Did you buy anything for your own personal use besides the welder?
The paint sprayer was for my personal. I was gonna.
Anything else?
To keep it, and a light, sir. A light, so that way we could put the main in.
So the $3,000 worth of expenditures were all authorized from your point of view.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge Acker?
Before the plaintiff gave you this check for $600, had you previously agreed to take equipment in payment for these services?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you get a check.
As we were talking about the check, I said, you know what, we could really use the money right now because I wasn't working. I said, I'm gonna take the stuff back. She said, hang on to the stuff because there's other stuff that I'm gonna want you to do in the house that we could work this off with.
Okay, did you say that?
I did not.
Now, you've been, as you describe it, best friends for almost 40 years with his wife. Can you take the stand?
Sure.
Did she reach out to you about this situation, or did you reach out to her?
She reached out to me.
And what did she say?
When she reached out to me, it was basically to cause division between my husband and I.
Was it? Or was she trying to get her money back?
Well, she was trying to get her money back. She was stating her case, but at the same point, she was wanting me to basically turn against my husband because she wanted me to believe what she was saying, per se.
I'm looking at a text message. She says, please bring back the things you bought. I never said you were a thief, and I know you worked hard. And I'm not talking about $4,000. All of that wasn't yours, and part of that was for my supplies, but there was a nice chunk that wasn't, and things I shouldn't have to pay for. So explain to me, where is the lie?
Your Honor, I did not say that she was lying.
Okay.
She disregarded me as a friend at that point because I wasn't fully taking her side and bashing my husband and saying, yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right. That's where I'm saying the division was being caused. I told her, I don't want no part of this. I'm washing my hands. You and my husband need to continue to be able to figure it out. And I also suggested that she would allow him to finish doing the job. Like, she did pull him off the job. Now, if she would have allowed him to finish and then say it was crap, that would have been a different story.